The following video talks about child abuse. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel. I am recording this on Monday, October 27th. It's 4:48 in the afternoon. You're seeing this on the morning of the 28th. I hope you're having a great week so far. And yes, I do have my big blue mug of coffee with me. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. And it's a heavy topic today. I think you come to this channel because I do things a little differently here. I'm not always just covering the latest news from government or talking about the independence movement, but this is a pretty heavy topic. And when I say the words child abuse, I know exactly what you're thinking. It's one of the most disgusting things you can imagine. We hope that that's rare. The type of child abuse I'm talking about in this video is everywhere. It's planet-wide. It's insidious. It's harming your children. But what's worse about this is it is taught to your children in schools by teachers. It is pushed by government. It is funded by government. It is pushed by media organizations. It is pushed by international organizations like the UN and other international organizations. It is dangerous. It's irresponsible. It's child abuse, and I think it's criminal.
Hundreds of students here today with one simple message. Leadership aren't doing enough about climate change, and these young people are going to have to live with the consequences.
We're in an emergency and no level of government is acting like it.
I want the government to take immediate action because I don't want to look back when our world is reduced to nothing because of our actions.
I want to let you know that we are in a climate crisis.
I want to be able to say that I did something and that I tried to stop it.
Save the planet! Clean the mountain! Save the planet! Clean the mountain!
It's might be the end, so that's why we want to act now before it's too late.
That was on CBC. Your money funds that. And please understand, I'm not picking on these kids. It's not their fault. This is the fault of all those things I just talked about. Teachers and government and media and their parents. There's no damn way a child of mine would feel that way or have so much anxiety about something that really shouldn't concern them at all. The parents who allow their children to think this way and to do this, to become little foot soldiers for the climate cult, are abusing their children. And so are all those organizations that push this agenda on kids. These are the foot soldiers of the climate cult. And they use kids because you can't criticize a child, right? But what happens after the child grows up and they're no longer useful? Like this disturbed child.
My message is that we'll be watching you. This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth.
Greta Thunberg was just a little girl, terribly disturbed little girl. I wouldn't call her a useful idiot. She was just a child. But they've used her up and spit her out. They don't need her anymore. She's an adult and she's moved on to become a real useful idiot in the things she's doing these days. But they use the children. And they indoctrinate the children. And they abuse the children. Lenin said, "Give me 4 years to teach the children, and the seed I have sown will never be uprooted." Because they need this agenda. Because now government's everywhere. And they must sit in back rooms, laugh at the general public who buy this climate change hoax. Folks, they're trading in air. That's what Carney wants to do. A massive carbon trading scheme. This hoax is the reason why we don't have nice things. We can't get anything done. Why my province has our oil landlocked because of this. Why am I talking about this? This abuse of children. Because of this story, True North Wire. This is disgraceful. I'm going to show you a video in just a second. It's going to break your heart. It's going to break your heart. You just watch. It's going to break your heart. Again, True North Wire, Canada ranks third in antidepressant use driven by climate anxiety study. Now, let me ask you a question. When you were a kid, how much anxiety did you have? Did you have any anxiety at all? The most concerning thing to you as a child was the spelling test the next day. I didn't know anybody on antidepressants. The kids I knew were happy. The teachers weren't pushing agendas on us like they are in schools now. A major international study led by Canadian researchers warns that climate anxiety, a growing sense of fear and hopelessness over environmental collapse, is becoming an urgent but under-recognized mental health issue, particularly among youth. The report published in Nature Mental Health on Tuesday found that antidepressant use rose by 63% across 20 countries between 2008 and 2019. While the surge is often attributed to growing awareness and treatment of mood disorders, the authors say it also masks emerging stressors like climate-driven psychological distress. Climate anxiety is real and increasingly affecting mental health, especially among young people who are deeply worried about the future of the planet, said Dr. Paul Kerdaic, senior author and lead CAMH scientist. Deeply worried about the future of the planet.
I just don't know if they're going to do anything. And I'm so concerned with the fact that if they're not going to change anything, then what's going to happen to humankind? What's going to happen to the whole world if no one does anything?
I watched that video when I found it today, and that breaks my heart. That poor little girl. And shame on her parents for allowing her to think that. They're abusing their child. I'm not picking on the little girl. It's not her fault. And I don't want my money abusing children. Do you have any idea how much money the government spends on this? This is the world's biggest business, folks. That's why it's hard to get rid of it. I went on the Government of Canada website on Open Government and searched government contracts over $10,000 for the word climate change. And I picked the last 5 years and the organization Environment and Climate Change Canada. And just watch the values go by on the right-hand side. All of these grants and all this money you're paying for to indoctrinate children, to propagandize children about climate change. And this goes on for 1,044 pages just in the last 5 years. We've been funding this kind of stuff for years. Remember this clown?
This is David Suzuki live from the North Pole. Climate change has forced Santa to pack up his sleigh and find a new home. This holiday season, make Santa's wish come true. With a gift you buy here, you'll help him set up a temporary workshop until he can return.
Imagine telling children that Santa Claus hasn't got a place to live anymore and then having the audacity to ask for money. The old grifter. I remember when he came through the city I lived in, Eastern Ontario, Cornwall, going around lecturing people about climate change, telling them they shouldn't be driving their cars, and his entourage had 8 diesel buses. I think somebody needs to pay for this, and we need to start calling out our government, our politicians, our teachers, all the organizations that are harming children, that are, yes, abusing children. Talk about a worldwide pandemic. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments. I'm going to read them all. Tell me what you think of this. Please share this because this one is likely to get throttled big time on this platform on YouTube. Please share it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. I'll try to be more cheery tomorrow. See you in the next one.